Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. So our theme for the day is learning how to win. And what you're watching is leftists teach you how to lose. So you've seen the bombing in New York. Doesn't matter what it is. Leftism trains you how to be a victim. I was thinking about how young girls grow up today. I don't have any daughters, but I was thinking about how young girls grow up and how they're taught sort of this idea that little girls have this place in America, and the way that they're trying to now correct that, as opposed to telling little girls, hey, you can play with dolls, you shouldn't play sports, and a host of other things. They're now over-empowering them. And what they're doing is they're emasculating young boys while trying to give girls a sense of worth. And so the pendulum is swinging the other way. And it doesn't matter. I mean, look, it should be balanced. If you've got a classroom, you don't think of them as little boys and little girls. Gender's not it. You think of it as who's eager to learn. And for those who aren't eager to learn, you have to find that inspiration that makes them want to learn. You teach winning. And the way you teach winning is you help people find the thing that they're good at. My son, my youngest kid, he's like, Dad, I want to now play football. I go, you're not playing football. No way. You've got basketball, you've got baseball, and you have martial arts. That's enough. You've got lessons for, I don't know how much money. Let me put it this way. The amount of money I spent on this kid at the age that he's at right now, I could have paid for my college. Coaches for this, lessons for that. And I'm poor. I can only imagine what you white privileged white folks are spending on your childrens. That's a joke. I mean, but not the part that what you spend on your kids. You go way out. You guys go crazy. You might as well move in a trainer. But I'm looking at, the coaches and all this stuff and the sports camps and all that. And it's ridiculous. And now he goes, well, I want to play football. Well, you better find another daddy. You better go get with your mom and go get another daddy. It isn't going to happen. Anyway, these young boys are being emasculated in ways, and you as a parent, you've got to bolster them back up. When they come home from school, you got to, brush them off and, heal their wounds. And then you got to go get them into things and remind them that, hey, you're somebody too. You can be somebody. They're not getting that at school. They're not being taught how to win. And little girls aren't being taught how to win. They're being taught how to get the playing field unleveled for them. And it's getting worse because now we've got these mixed up gender roles, because we've got boys who can now say, well, I feel like a woman, so they become a woman. And now they can go dominate female sports because, biologically, they still produce more testosterone. It's the way it is. I mean, think of it from a guy perspective. You're a pretty good athlete. Not bad. But there's a guy you just can't beat. He jumps faster, higher. He's just stronger. He can throw harder, hit harder. You name it. You can't beat him. At least not, running track or, running a football or slamming a basketball. The only way you're going to beat a guy like that is you got to beat him with cunning. You got to beat him with your mind. That's why I love martial arts, because the stronger guy doesn't win the fight. The bigger guy is like, let me tell you, bigger you are, if you mess with me, the more I really want to make you hurt. That's just the nature of the beast. I've seen many of my martial arts compadres, we chuckle at each other when these big guys go, ooh, I don't want to hurt you, little man. And you go, really? Oh, okay. Well, no problem. Thank you for not hurting me. Oh, my goodness. But I look, guys, at these things where they tell us what's going on in the world. Right now, we've got this regression therapy going on. You know what regression therapy, where they hypnotize you and they tell women, that they were sexually assaulted 20 years ago or 25 or 30 years ago. That's become the thing. And quite frankly, it's giving many of us sexual assault fatigue. But look, ladies, if you didn't say anything about your sexual abuse, a guy patting you on the butt or whatever, maybe he was a buddy or he was a little drunk at a party, how you going to, do you think he's going to remember it? I'm not excusing in any way the legitimate causes, the legitimate issues where women have sexual abuse or sexual misconduct on behalf of men. I would never condone that. But come on, really? You're going to make men pay for things? I don't remember what I had for lunch 3 days ago, and you want me to remember that I brushed up against you at the Christmas party 5 years ago. Sorry. Maybe you brushed up against me. Maybe it was the other way around. And then, so I'll give you an example of why I feel this way. One of the friends of my sister, she wanted some extra money. So she comes to my sister who had a pregnancy test that was positive. She says, I need to borrow your pregnancy test because my sister kept it, had a baby. So she's got the pregnancy test, and this girl sends this thing to 3 guys, tells them, I'm looking at my pregnancy test, I'm pregnant. Says it to 3 guys, meets with them individually, shows them the test, and they each pay for her, finger quotes here, abortion. Yeah. So she makes $1,000 to abort nothing and says to my sister, thank you. But women go, no, they're to be believed. Guys, look, I'm just telling you, the legit stuff, everybody sympathizes with. The illegitimate stuff, you get nothing out of me. Male privilege, right? Men die 97.7% in battle. Women, 2.3%. Men, 62% of the homeless. Women, 38%. Suicides. Men, almost 80% of the suicides. 78%. Women, 22%. Homicides. Men die 77% of the time of homicides. Women, 23%. Workplace deaths. Men, 93% of the time. Women, 7% of the time. Women graduate from college at a rate of 60% to men of 40%. Women in custody battles for children win 82% of the time. Men, 18% of the time. You want to tell me it's a man's world? So I say these things to keep things in perspective. I sympathize with anybody's plight, any issue that comes up. But we're all human beings, and we should be looking at these things in a balanced way, not in some sort of way that says, oh, there's a victim over here, and you got to always look at women as being correct or whatever. That is a lie, and I won't do it, and you shouldn't do it either. And if you're a conservative woman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You should be believed the same way anybody should be given the benefit of the doubt. Today, Alabama will vote on whether or not they believe the lies of the left or whether or not they want to follow their own conscience and not believe the nonsense of leftists, the narrative.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.